going to be a good one, so get the notebooks out, and y'all give it up for my friend, Dr. Bob.
Okay, I'm recording this on my lapel mic, so give me a sec to figure this out. It's not for me. I'm not that self-indulgent. A couple of people have asked, so I said yes. All right, how's everybody doing? It's good to see you all. Yeah, when you start, at this time of year, you start seeing like the hype online about potential weather. It always seems to happen on Wednesday. So I was like praying hard, just like fizzle out. We know we're going to get our weather this year, but not tonight. I'm really excited about this, but I'm gonna be honest. Like this text that we're studying in the Gospels, the passage and the account of Jesus, is still really rocking my world. Like I haven't. Whenever I go to teach something, usually I've kind of like done the research and it's a closed case. Like not that I understand it all, not that I get to the point where I'm like I know everything about this, but that I've got my mind wrapped around the significance and the meaning of all of it. And I'm gonna be honest, like this one, the more I like up until like right now, I'm looking on my phone at some of the text and I'm reading my Bible and looking at the Greek and looking at some of the history and stuff, and I'm still, this could be the entire 6-week series, just this text. I won't make you stay that long. But I just want to be honest, like this is a big one, okay? What we're doing, for those of you who might be new or, just a reminder, we are trekking through the life of Jesus and just kind of taking snapshots of key moments in his life, key accounts in the Gospels, in which, he does or he says something significant. And at the end of the day, the point is, as we've talked, like we worship, we serve, we believe in an eternal and infinite God. And sometimes that God is hard to understand, right? And among all the massive theological points we could talk about the significance of Jesus, one crucial piece of Jesus and his story and his identity is that he makes physical, he makes tangible, he gives us a touchable, hearable, seeable, experienceable, a tangible portrait of the otherwise intangible God of the universe. And so we've looked at different accounts. We looked at Jesus kind of going to battle against the sea. He calmed the storm in one episode, and then a couple of months later, he walked on the sea. The episode where Peter. We looked at Jesus. What else have we done? We did the temple last week, right? And we talked about Jesus's kind of divine fury against a system that tries to prevent someone from encountering God directly. The way these money changers and some of these people that were sort of operating the temple system had been doing for a long time, until he came along and really started to unseat things. Tonight we're going to talk about a parable that's really common to us all. We know that Jesus does a lot of things in his public campaign that they're really confusing sometimes. And even in the Gospels, we see moments where he comes along, he's teaching, he's been preaching all day to the crowds or to whomever is in listening shop. And then later on, the disciples are like, Jesus, I have no idea what you're just talking about. Can you explain these parables to us? And this one isn't necessarily one of those where he comes along afterward and says, well, here's what I mean by it. So we're kind of like, I've got my list of questions when I see Jesus when he comes back, and we all get to like have our conversations with him that way. This is going to be on my list. Before we get any farther, let's pray. God in heaven, you are holy. Your name is holy. We thank you for getting each of us here tonight, and I pray that in all of your complexity and all of your enormity and just all of kind of the confusion that someone like me has, that a lot of us have when it comes to trying to just understand you and understand who you are and how to relate to you and how to walk through life, how to analyze situations and events that are happening in the world and in our lives. I pray that right now you'll just calm us and speak to each of us however we need to be spoken to. Open our ears, open our eyes, open our